Cloudy World. And man, we talking about this man. Future will make history, bro. So let's look into this new album that Future just dropped, man. We Don't Trust You. And we gotta respect what it's doing right now and having one of the biggest rap debuts of all time, honestly, man. Future is currently the only artist in history to go #1 with 2 separate albums in under a month, which was the Future self-titled and the Hendrix. One of the biggest double album drops of all time. I still remember being a jit when that came out. Insanity, bro. Drake goes season with a book bag. Right, I got a little kickback. Like, he snapped on that, bro. Now in 4 days, We Still Don't Trust You drops, and he about to make that history again, bro. Now let's really break down some of the craziest stuff that his album is doing right now, because it genuinely is having one of the biggest opening weeks ever for a rap album in history. So it's now looking at being one of the strongest #1 rap hits in years. It's also all 11-17 songs have charted on the billboards, bro, having over 500 million global opening week streams. Huge numbers from one of the biggest artists of all time, Future Vandross. It also has one of the biggest streaming weeks ever for a trap album, also making it one of the most top 10 hits ever for a trap album with 5. Now the biggest sales week of 2024 of all genres, now making it the 12th biggest rap streaming week of all time, which is bigger sales of Metro Boomin's career ever, of any of Metro Boomin's projects ever. Some of the biggest numbers that we've seen in hip-hop in the last decade. It's the first trap album to reach #1 in 100+ countries on Apple Music and Spotify. And Metro Boomin is the first producer with 4, I repeat that, 4 #1 albums, having one of the closest and most honestly amazing album releases of the last few years. Now, Future is on the first artist from the 2010s with 9 #1 albums, man. This just shows that Future's dominance with trap music isn't just a year or two a phenomenon. It's something that we need to respect, as there's been a lot of artists with different waves that'll come out even after Future's supposed era had already came and went, and he's still here, still dominating, still staying strong with just him and his own self to thank for it, bro. We have to give Future his his flowers, because we don't want to wait till it's too late, man. This man Future is on a generational run. Now with this means Future is the first artist from the 2010s, man, the 2010s overall, to have this many #1 albums in their career. Like That was the second most streamed rap song ever in its opening week Spotify ever, man. Now Metro and Boomin took the world over, dog. So when we're looking at all this stuff with Metro Boomin and things like that, we got to really talk about the numbers and really break it down more, because if we look at numbers, this man Future should really be looked at in respect to, you know, as we already know, the big 3. Now the big 3's music and streams have kind of always been what they've used to separate Future from them, saying that Future has #1s that match it, has platinums that match it, but his streaming numbers pale in comparison. Well, I will admit that Future's numbers are lower, but let's talk about and debate the big 3's numbers and kind of talk about what their streams are, and kind of open up the question to why does the streaming numbers even matter. Now, when looking at these big 3 numbers, something y'all might not have noticed is that Kendrick Lamar is actually the dark horse in a lot of these things. His numbers are statistically lower, his sales are statistically lower, but only his numbers and his accolades with awards are higher, meaning that by higher brow, or my people that look at his music in an artistic format more, they give him the upper leg. Yet with sales and, you know, what many laymen look at for streams and accolades, we give it to a Drake or even a J. Cole. Just something to think about. Now, when looking at average streams per album, Drake gets 5 billion average streams per album, while Kendrick gets 3.8 billion. J. Cole actually gets 2.6 billion out of all these things. And we're looking at average streams, Drake gets 230 million, while Kendrick gets 204 million, and J. Cole gets 156 million. Now, it even goes further, man, because platinum certified songs, Drake has 80, J. Cole has 33, Kendrick has 13. Average first sales weeks, Drake has 640, J. Cole has 340, and Kendrick has 295,000. It's just crazy, because when we look at these numbers and break them down at this deeper level, we start seeing that the metrics and the numbers at these levels are so astronomically high that it doesn't really do anything to speak on the creativity, the talent, the wordplay, the lyricism, or just the artistic talents of these artists overall. It gives you kind of a weird look and understanding that numbers really aren't everything. And so when talking about Future, when these numbers aren't everything for the biggest, why can't we apply these same things with Future? He has similar amounts of platinums, similar amounts of #1 albums. He's done what many of these artists have also done, sold out stadiums of equal impact, done tours and done things that these other artists have also done. Yet when we look at creativity and look at the GOAT conversation, Future has always had a hat nodded and respected in his direction, but they've never allowed him to put his own gamble in for the game. Now, when people would say that Future's the GOAT, it used to get a lot more laughs and ignores, but as time's going on, his career and what he's done has been so certified that people have to actually respect, and even if not agreeing, give it more than a glance that is honestly duly noted. Now, when looking at the music and looking at what content creation and kind of what this artistry means, I think that Future shows that he may never fall off. His genre of music, which was said to just be trap, has fallen off by many artists, as many artists' numbers have consistently not gone up. Yet some of the biggest in the industry and a lot of the other big fish have showed that their waves and their current is just as strong, if not stronger. And honestly makes one wonder that even if we're in the new digital age of streaming, that doesn't stop artists who have genuine motion and genuine talent from still impacting and taking over the charts. Now, overall, I feel like Drake, Kanye, Kendrick, J. Cole. And honestly, at this point, we have to respect Future. 5 artists that to me have stood the test of time in their own genres, have reinvented themselves multiple times, and have found ways to continuously do the same levels of high sales and high artistic creativity. ClowdyWorld, and let me know out of those 5 people, who do you value or respect the most for their time as an artist? Are you a Kanye fan, a J. Cole fan, a Drake fan, a Kendrick fan? The list goes on. And honestly, there's just so many artists and so much creation in this day and age that I'm just more excited than I am questionable about what the future of art is and what the future of rap is. But ClowdyWorld, and we gone.